Now let me preface this by saying I've never trapped an animal. I love animals, besides how delicious they are. In fact, that's another reason I love them. But I love animals whilst they're alive too. However, I think that might change soon. Now the reason is, if you haven't clocked it, I live in a fairly rural area. We have a lot of snakes, we have wild dogs, we have wild cats, we have rabbits, we have possums, we have all sorts. We are also in Australia, where thankfully there is a lot of animal rights activists, I'll say, but also laws. Which means that if you set a trap like this one, say I want to trap a fox that's been eating my chickens, I have to check it every 24 hours. Now for me, that may be perfectly fine, and I'm not going to anyway. I mean, not going to set it. Not in that way. But for a farm, say you've got acres and acres, that could be a chicken farm, anything in between, and you're setting a trap even just to catch one fox that's hanging around on your property, or one rabbit that's eating all of your crops that got through your fencing, you have to check it every day. And that's arduous. Similarly, you can't set it for an animal. You might be going for a fox and keep trapping a rabbit, and that is just a pain. You're causing undue stress to the rabbit, which might not be a problem for you. You're wasting your time checking it, and on and on and on. That's where we can make things better. What I want to do is essentially combine a dumb bit of metal with a smart bit of metal. This is the Milk V Duo, which I've shown you before, a Milk 5 Duo with the camera module attached to it. This has the capability to take pictures, to run a neural model, analyze whether or not you have something in there, send a signal through its outputs, and control whatever you want it to. I also have the Luck Fox, which does very similar. These are just two different versions of the same thing. This is using the CV1800B. This is using the RV1103. They are both extremely low power. They can both run Linux. They could both be programmed directly. I will be doing it with Linux. I'm probably going to get if not Wi-Fi, then a 3G, 4G module. I found them for about $50, which is pretty good. Slap an nb-iot SIM card in there, which costs you like $1 a month. And I want to set this up with a few things. First of all, the camera, of course. I need to get a camera module for this one. Then I want to hook up some servos. So I'm going to need probably some LiPo batteries, and I'll have to figure out how to make those a little bit safer. I'm going to need some solar modules, probably some bigger ones than that. And my whole idea is, in short, that you've got this cage, we'll say looks like that. Then you've got a little solar panel sitting on top. That's also going to give some shade for whatever gets caught inside it. You've got a controller on the back here with the camera pointing in it, or maybe from behind pointing into it. So what happens? The animal comes in, it either stands on that thing, which might trigger it to actually start processing, or it's always processing. This then thinks about it and goes, that's a cat. I'm not going to trigger. Or it'll think about it and go, that is a fox. I'm going to trigger. And then through whatever mechanism, I haven't thought this far yet, there might be a string or a servo or a little motor on there. It closes the gate. It's going to need to do that quickly. So this might be spring loaded down here, and your animal's trapped. Then it sends a push notification to your phone or an email or something like that with a picture of what's in there, letting you know that it's trapped it. Not only one, are you then only trapping the things that you want to trap, but two, you're proactively informed that it's been trapped. You can then, 3, adhere with the Australian guidelines, where if we put a little bit of some brain matter in this thing here, where it doesn't detect this being opened, or it still sees the animal in there after 24 hours, it's going to reopen it for you automatically. Probably even send you a message saying it is. It should also message you when the battery's getting low, if it stops detecting a picture, things like that. We'll probably also need a little infrared camera just in that corner for nighttime. That's my idea. I'd love your input. I'd love a better picture than this if any of you feel like sketching one up. I think this is a great idea. You're going to reduce animal cruelty, you're going to reduce the labour needed by farmers, and you're going to have something that's targeted to what you want to trap. Useful in so many ways. Luckily, I have heaps out here that I can test it on. Any inputs you have for how to open the door, what neural model to use, whether it's going to be better to use a Duo or a Luck Fox, let me know. I'll put the links to the videos of those below. This is going to be a whole new series now, I think. The first thing will be putting this cage together and just starting to play with the motor to open and close that. I think the last thing is going to be the neural module and maybe setting up an app or a web page where I can open and close it by hitting some buttons. So let me know your thoughts. I value all feedback as always. let's make trapping animals a slightly nicer experience for everyone involved. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Catch you guys next time.